Hey guys, this is another run on Strago Heretics event in DFFOO Global. This run can also be replicated entirely in Dare to Defy because there is no friend unit used. So if you still happen to have Laguna, Sice and Penelo free, then this is definitely something that you can consider trying because I don't really see how this run can fail. It should be a very smooth sailing run. The core strategy is essentially setting up traps with both Laguna and Sice, and then entering into Sice's force time before using Penelo to supercharge the force gauge meter. And essentially as Penelo spins, the bosses will just kill themselves off with the Laguna and Sice traps. And both Laguna and Sice really synergize very well together, but I'll touch more into that when I enter into force time. In terms of setup, there are a few requirements. First of all, the Rydia LD call is quite key because the attack node will use piercing laser ++ exactly 3 times in the fight, and the damage from there cannot be mitigated. It is guaranteed to deal 50% of your health in damage, even if the boss is debuffed with Raijin call or you have any damage mitigation call up. However, that attack can be evaded, which is where the Rydia LD call comes in. If you don't have a Rydia LD call, there are alternatives. What you can do also is give Penelo some sort of burst healing call. Because piercing laser ++ cannot kill you, it's a gravity HP attack, so you can just use a burst healing after the third piercing laser ++ and top up your health before you end the fight. Obviously, having the Rydia LD call is best because you can just use the LD call, get the evasion buff and forget about the attack completely. Next up, in terms of setup, at the start, what you want to do is to actually charge your summon meter before any of the enemies hit 79%, and this is very critical. If you cannot pop summon before any enemy hits 79%, they will instantly fill their force gauge and then you will have to cancel them out of their force time because you cannot win while the enemies are in force time. They are unkillable. Luckily, achieving a full summon meter is extremely easy with this party. What I did is just reset until I get a starting turn order of Sice followed by Laguna followed by Penelo, and it should be extremely easy getting this starting turn order due to the difference in speed across these three. Have Sice immediately use her LD right at the start, and then on Laguna's turn have him use the call abilities and his PT+. This immediately sets up both the Desperado debuff as well as Sice's Maelstrom trap, and the combination of these two traps will very quickly charge up your summon meter. Coming to Penelo's turn, what you want to do is to use her S1 and S2 all the way until you are at about 80% to 90% force gauge bonus. Now right here, the moment any of the enemy hits 89%, the defense node will apply 2 frame buffs on the entire enemy party, but this is where the Seymour LD call comes in. Using the Seymour LD call here will dispel the frame buffs that they grant, as well as land his debuffs as well. If you don't have Seymour, use a Paine LD call, you should get a very similar effect. The Seymour LD call is best because the call also delays all enemies by 2 turns, and this allows you to complete setup without worrying about any attacks. Once you are roughly at about here, 80%, just pop Penelo's PT+. I have to pop it here because I'm getting pretty close to 79% health, and like I say, you must enter summon mode before any enemies hit 79% health, so this is probably the best time to end Penelo's turn with PT+. Coming to Sice turn, just pop summon. The summon mode here allows you to complete your setup and go into your force time without the enemies being able to trigger their force gauge field threshold. There's a couple of things that you should do. First of all, in Sice's first turn in summon mode, have her use LD to refresh her traps. On Laguna's turn, have him use LD to learn his LD debuff. On Penelo's turn here, have her use LD to refresh her overhead stacks because it's run out when she was spinning earlier. With this, setup is complete, so on Sice's turn next, you can start the FR. You must start FR while you are in summon mode, because once again, the moment you exit summon mode, the enemies will instantly fill their force gauge to 100%. However, if you are already in force time, they cannot fill their force gauge to 100%. Sice's force time is preferred over Penelo, but if you don't have Sice FR, you can also use Penelo's FR. Sice's force time is a little bit better because her force time gives you another plus 50% HP damage cap up, which means that both the traps from her and Laguna will deal considerably more damage. Laguna will get one more turn here, just do anything with him, so I just do another LD here. Coming back to Penelo's turn, finally everything is in place now and all the call abilities are still up on Sice and Laguna, so this is where you just start spinning with Penelo. Just spam S1 and S2 and watch the bosses melt themselves. Now why is this strategy particularly effective with Laguna and Sice? It's really based on how Desperado damage is coded. Desperado is kind of a unique trap where it triggers anytime the enemies take HP damage and it deals splash damage across all 3 enemies. The way Sice's Maelstrom trap triggers is that it triggers one by one on each individual enemy, meaning that after every action, her traps actually trigger 3 times in effect. Once on boss A, once on boss B, and once on boss C. But because it actually triggers 3 times, this actually means that Laguna's Desperado also gets triggered 3 times after every action. And you can imagine that all this damage significantly accumulates, especially as you go higher and higher in force time bonus. If you want to use a friend unit, you can even set a Paine friend unit and just swap Laguna out after he set up his Desperado debuff and then have Paine jump into the air. That way, after every action that Penelo takes, you get Desperado going off, you get Maelstrom going off, and you get Paine's Lancets going off as well. However, in this stage I did not do it because the bosses really only have 60 million HP, so you don't even need Paine to close off the fight. And obviously if you are trying this on Dare to Defy, you can't set a friend unit, so I decided to just go without one. You see the bosses trying to do Piercing Laser++, but as long as you have used Rydia LD Call, that attack is guaranteed to miss all 3 times. And that's it, so I've won the fight when there's like 3 turns of force time remaining, so there's really a lot of leeway here. As always, I hope this video has been helpful, and if you enjoy the content, do leave a like, comment or subscribe, it really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!